The homeless can end up spending all their waking hours trying to find even temporary shelter. Sleeping rough and surviving outdoors is exhausting, leaving little energy to find a permanent place to live. I first met Georgica, a migrant from Romania, 5 weeks ago. He's been homeless in Swansea for around 3 years.
Go sleeping, go we are sleeping.
I got used to Georgica's way of communicating. Since he came here, he's never had a proper home. I followed him from the shopping centre, and soon we arrived at a house. Amazingly, the door was unlocked. Georgica became anxious and wanted me to keep quiet. I didn't know what was happening, and he couldn't really spell it out. I assumed that the residents had no idea that Georgica was actually sleeping in their loft. Hostels and housing projects provide 80 beds for the homeless in Swansea, but at any one time there can be as many as 500 urgent cases of homelessness on the council's list. And getting to be housed can be fraught with difficulties. Alan has been homeless on and off for 14 years. He came to Swansea from London and decided to stay. Where are we heading, Alan?
To access point, just over there, an emergency bed. The third night, hopefully.
Alan's a long-term rough sleeper, but for the last 2 nights he's had Swansea's one and only emergency bed, which he gets through this local charity.
Are you back for the bed, is it?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Alan Rayner. I think Carl put the name down.
Yeah, your name is down now. Give us 10 minutes, mate, yeah?
Yeah, that's all right, no problem. Cheers. Thanks a lot.
There's one other person, Sarah, who's put her name down for the bed as well. She's been homeless on and off for 3 years.
Alan, 6 o'clock, mate, you got to bed. Have you got somewhere you can go tonight?
No.
You haven't?
This time, Sarah didn't get the bed.
Got the bed, Al?
Oh no, I just feel bad. I know, I just feel bad.
But don't feel bad, you haven't done nothing wrong with it. You've got the bed, just be happy about that. Okay?
All right. Thanks so much, yeah.
Women out on the streets are usually considered to be at greater risk than men. But this time, Alan gets priority because he has health problems made worse by sleeping out.
It gets worse in the cold weather. Very painful. Got it in my hands at the moment as well. Got it in my elbows. You know, any joint at all. You can get it. First thing in the morning, it's a nightmare. It takes about 10-15 minutes to get going. Yeah.
Now, because of his poor health, Alan is at the top of the waiting list for one of these flats.
I was offered that first of all, one of the brand new ones, but they've all been taken, so they're trying to push through one of the other ones that were there sometime anyway.
Family breakup is one of the many reasons why people can find themselves on the streets, and sometimes it can happen quite unexpectedly. Helena has spent 4 nights in the cold and wet. Not getting enough sleep takes its toll.
It's making me ill. I think, I need some kind of help. you know, temporarily. It's just too much.
This church is now a day centre run by the Cyrenians charity who help the homeless. Helena can at least get a meal and dry out here. She told me that her roots are in Pembrokeshire and that she'd been living in Egypt, where she taught English. Helena ended up marrying an Egyptian, but the relationship broke down.
It could happen to anyone who goes through divorce, especially an international divorce, where you find yourself, you know, in a situation you need to re-establish, and it obviously takes a little time to do that. And if you don't have people to support you, or people who you thought were there for you who are suddenly not there, then you have to try to do it alone. And at the moment that's impossible, so you need obviously the help of people like this in a day centre.
She had a home, a job and a family, but now she's back in Wales with next to nothing. Helena has no alternative now but to rely on charity. And she has to ask for money for winter shoes.
So if I can go with that guy to Primark, that would be quite useful. Yeah. So it's just a question of, like, you know, practical needs, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Christine, the Cyrenians manager, arranges for one of the volunteers, Roger, to go with her to buy shoes.
Well, they're just uncomfortable.
Well, you know, I struggle with walking shoes. I think these were just a little bit more.
That's all right, I've got the money. It's all right.
So we'll have to ask Christine to maybe
don't worry about
give
it.
an extra £5.
I've got it here.
Is that all right?
Yeah, it's all right.
Thank you, it's very kind of you. If you need something and you need to look after your health and safety, then, you know, you just have to be thankful for small mercies. So this was my home for nearly, I don't know, 4 days or so, about a week ago, right here. Well, it was a question of going around to get cardboard boxes and use those as a ground sheet, and then just the people in the hostel give you blankets. As you can imagine, at night time it's not very nice, and people have got here and sprayed black all over the floor and sprayed the walls and all kinds of not very pleasant things.
Alan's checking in with the Cyrenians. Because of his poor health, they've been helping him to get off the streets for years. One of the housing associations has been trying to get hold of him.
Right. Right, thanks, Gunner. Yep, take care. Yep, bye. Got a flat. Made my day. Made my day, that's. Been to the dentist, overcome that. Now I've got a flat in 10 days' time.
Alan can't believe the news.
I've got one of the places moving to one of the flats next week.
Right.
One across the road.
You got one of the other flats?
Yeah.
Oh, well done, nice one.
Yeah,
I'm glad they got back to you today anyway.
Yeah.
As a teenager, Alan had great prospects as a professional golf coach.
I was repairing golf clubs, teaching people how to play golf, earning very, very good money for then was an 18-year-old. And its perks as well. I could play anywhere in Europe for nothing. It was a good life, actually. Very good life.
But the good times were short-lived. Alan's downfall was alcohol, which resulted in him being separated from his partner and daughter. Many of the homeless and street people I met were alcoholics and were convinced that the police had it in for them. One of them has just been given a ticket.
It's on tape, mush. Section 27. There we are. There's the boot. If I'm not out of that perimeter in 15 minutes, I will be arrested. Yes, definitely, 15 minutes. There we are, read it if you like. We're drinking on the streets, they don't like it, you know.
They want us all off the streets, man.
Right up.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Section 27 is being used by the Swansea police to remove anyone from the town centre who they think might commit a violent crime. Another rough sleeper has been moved on by the police.
I don't mind my own business. I was drinking a Lucozade. I wasn't even drinking that, it was in my pocket. Lucozade. And he told me to move on or he's going to arrest me. That's what I'm angry about.
On the same evening in Castle Square, the police apprehend 2 more people, and one of them is Alan. Over the years, he's been issued with countless Section 27s, ordering him out of the town.
I haven't done anything. Nothing.
No, when they sat up there, they were all drinking, weren't they? And they tagged you for drinking with them.
So what they say?
Oh, don't go at me because, you know, I'm a drinker. Again, 2 in 2 days. Not bad.
Serena, it's been explained to you. On your way, please. All right? If you don't leave, you will be arrested. It's entirely up to you.
Leave?
On your way then. Okay? Go on then. Say it again? It's been explained to you, all right? So it's time to go, isn't it?
I haven't even got a can on me.
The next day, I wanted to ask Alan about his drinking. He told me that both his parents were alcoholics, and he's known nothing else.
I remember it so well. My first drink was half a pint of wine. Half a pint of white wine. After about 10 minutes it took effect and I thought, ooh, you know. So I had some more white wine, and that was it.
Alan's swollen and painful joints are a symptom of gout, which is linked to excessive drinking. And there have been times when he was consuming 700 units of alcohol a week.
The highest recorded amount of units per week by my nurse, which working out is 15 litres of white cider a day. To be honest, I'm not very proud of it, really. In fact, I'm quite surprised I'm still here, really.
Now the cold is making his joint pains even worse, and it's becoming ever more pressing that Alan gets off the streets and into the flat he's been promised. But then Alan has a knockback.
I'm just a bit annoyed, you know. I should have moved in by now, but it's been a bit of a mix-up.
At the Cyrenians, he's trying to find out if he will still be getting the flat.
Right, I went to the meeting this morning. Obviously, we're going to do everything we can to get you housed in the short time before Christmas that we got, because I know that's your goal. But we're still working on it at the moment. It's all right, don't worry about it. We'll get something sorted anyway. But it's just trying to get it all done as soon as we can.
Yeah, sure.
For now, Alan just has to wait. Christmas is coming, but the recession is hitting the charities on which the homeless depend hard. And for most Christmas shoppers, money is tight. I wanted to find out about one of the guys who'd had a run-in with the police.
Tell us where you're originally from, Paul.
I was born in Salford, Manchester, 1963. I grew up in Stretford, went to school in Stretford. Got beaten up and abused by my father. Run away from home, 14th birthday. Never been home since. I just keep wandering around the country.
Paul's just come across the Severn Bridge. He told me he'd actually walked much of the way.
Tell us how you ended up in Swansea.
I was in Bristol for a while. Decided I needed a change somewhere I've not been through for a long, long time. I heard some good things about Swansea. Things have changed, obviously. So I ended up here. But no bills, no responsibilities. All I've got to look after is me.
Three days later, Paul allowed me to film him first thing in the morning. It's 7:30 a.m, it's still dark and it's freezing. He's laid claim to one of the most sought-after locations for sleeping rough. It's dry and no one passes through.
Good morning, Chris. Many times I should have died of hypothermia or something, many times. I've slept on the boats, Brighton Beach in winter, 8 weeks under a boat. That was cold.
Paul carries more kit than anyone else I met on Swansea streets. It's all useful gear, but he can't leave it here or anywhere.
Gonna keep the burglars out, aren't they?
He might be a newcomer to Swansea, but he's already worked out where to get free meals and a shower.
Morning, ladies. Hey, for ladies.
He heads to Zach's, the early morning port of call for rough sleepers. Here they offer warmth and a free breakfast for all of Swansea's homeless.
Oh, that's better.
So you sat outside, Paul. Why is that?
I always do. I don't like enclosed spaces. If I've had a few beers and that, then it doesn't really bother me. I don't care who's shouting or whatever, but, well, you know, first thing in the morning, go away and leave me alone, you know. Let me have my fag and my coffee and wake up. It's a good life, really. If you can handle it, I suppose.
As the weather gets colder, the hot meals dished up at the Cyrenians are a godsend for all kinds of people down on their luck. But Alan's heading to the Cyrenians for a different reason. He still doesn't know if he'll get into his flat before Christmas.
Sorry about all the confusion and everything, but after a meeting this morning we've decided that the best place for you would be the new building.
That's excellent.
It's even better than excellent because it's just perfect.
Yeah.
So no wild parties now, Al.
I'll come on. I won't make it too loud, but there will be a party.
Before Alan can take on the tenancy, the staff give him a tour.
The fobs are separated.
Yep.
They both open the front door.
Okay.
This is the shared living room and lounge.
Yep.
It's a brand new apartment he'll share with one other.
Bloody nice, isn't it?
That one opens this.
Look at that.
So that's it for the flat, really, in the building.
Fantastic, isn't it? Everything about it is just, you know. Well, it's not a bit overwhelmed, really. Yeah, Christmas, brand new flat. Can't believe it.
But Alan just has to get through one more weekend before he moves in. At one of the soup and sandwich runs, the ladies from a local church are on duty. And Paul the Drifter turns up for the very first time.
I want to buy some coffee of mine.
Coffee?
Yeah,
would you like tea? Would you like sugar with your coffee?
2 please, love. Paul Bell, my name is.
Paul Bell.
Yeah. I'm feral. You know the word feral?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Is that a sweater? Feral.
No, it means when you live off the land.
So where are you from then? Because you're not from Wales, are you?
No. You couldn't afford being in Wales. I'm from Manchester.
Manchester.
Yeah. Born and bred.
So what's brought you down this way then?
You lovely Welsh ladies. Anything tonight I cannot complain about. If I could, I would, but I can't. Coffee's cold, but what the hell? It's a good thing.
Alan's moving into his own home, and he's doing his first domestic shop in years.
I mean, you wouldn't be getting shopping out in the streets, you know. Leave a battery out, it'll probably get frozen overnight. Once I get used to this shop, I'll be all right. Just getting used to the shop.
Usually, he's heading straight for this aisle.
I'm staying away from it today. Hiya, yes, Alan, just home to get in.
Okay.
Right.
Good door, Alan.
Okay. Right. There you go.
Today, he has to meet the staff to go through the tenancy agreement. Alan will have to stick to the house rules that forbid any unreasonable behaviour.
I'm pretty sure he will be happy with it.
It's a lot to take in.
That's actually... That's fixed in. Yeah, that's right. Animals. I haven't sat on it yet, actually. Oh. Oh. Yeah. I could get used to that. Better than cardboard, not better than cardboard.
Helena, who ended up becoming homeless because of a marriage breakdown, also has news.
I've finally been offered a hostel place at Dinas Fechin. I've got the support I need to sort of get back on track.
Dinas Fechin is a hostel run by one of Wales's biggest homeless charities.
Hey, Lena.
Hi.
How are you, right?
Surviving.
You got the good news, you got a room.
Thank you.
The hostel has 15 beds and is one of 4 for the homeless in Swansea.
Well, it's like sort of going back to being an undergraduate student. It's like going back 20 years or something. Somewhere to hang up my coat. And I've got people around me and a support network, so hopefully an end to the exasperations. Hopefully the worst is over now. Well, 3 nights ago I was in a train tunnel underneath Swansea train station, and I've got a garden to overlook and all mod cons, so it's looking hopeful.
But getting off the streets isn't usually this straightforward. Shortly after Alan moved into his flat, he invited everyone round for a party, and it got seriously out of control. As a result, he was asked to leave.
I feel really bad about what's happened because obviously, you know, I think I upset the staff as well, but I just found it really hard to go from being on the streets to somewhere as new as that. I couldn't cope with it, really.
Alan's now been moved to more suitable accommodation that can give him 24/7 support. And with all the stress, he's drinking more. Alan has few people to turn to, and he's lost touch with all his family.
Lost my dad, lost my brother, lost their mother, lost everyone.
For anyone with a drink problem, Christmas is a real challenge. In Wales, seasonal drinking escalates to almost double that of the rest of the year. And it's the same story for those on the street. But they drink to escape the realities of their lives.
You've got to get out of that depression business. I know, fucking know what you're saying, mate. I know what you're saying.
I can't.
But you have to snap out of it. I've done it. You've got a flat now. You can't sit there just feeling sorry for you. Well, look at me, for fuck's sake. I'm a happy tappy. Keep on shuffling. That's all I've got to say, man. Keep on shuffling.
But this heart-to-heart is short-lived.
Come on, look. Don't have a go at me. It's my daughter's birthday. I'm not violent.
It's alcohol.
Alan is still learning to cope with life indoors, and I've had my eyes opened to how getting off the streets can be as fraught as life on the streets. Next time it's Christmas, and there are still people sleeping rough on Swansea streets.
I wonder what happened at the Star.
There's desperation for those facing the prospect of sleeping rough over Christmas.
I mean, think about doing some crime just to go back to jail, like. I mean, because at least I got a bed then.
And as a Christmas present, Georgica gets the emergency bed for almost a week.
Today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Tuesday?
5 days. Wow. 6 o'clock, yeah?
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem, mate. Take care.
Merry Christmas, my friend. Na 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 na. Bye bye, peace.